Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson, and this is TGO Wyoming on the move. And we just had a very intense little thunderstorm. We have some street flooding here, a lot of rain, light hail, lots of thunder and lightning. It was very intense. Of course, now the weather is starting to clear off. I mean, it's still cloudy, but it's not directly raining at the moment. So I thought this would be a good time to talk about weather and how this affects you when you're out and about. So, if you grew up hiking and camping, I'm sure somebody's told you, keep an eye on the sky. Watch out for the weather, because the weather can turn very, very quickly. And today was a good example of that. It got cloudy, and then the sky started roiling a little bit, it looked kind of like it was boiling, and it turned to a slight bit of orange and green. So normally I would think tornado, but tornadoes are not terribly common out here in Wyoming. But there weren't any wall clouds, but you could see the verga coming down, basically the rain, and the air temperature was still warm. It was still about 85 degrees, and then a few light drops of rain, and then wham, cold air moved in, the cold front just pushed through and drove out all the heat, and the rain came down and the hail came down. And this happened in a very short time span. I mean, from the first drops of rain to the absolute torrential downpour and street flooding was maybe 2 minutes, maybe. So severe weather conditions can pop up very rapidly. So if you are out and about in the wilderness, make sure that you are prepared for this. Have your raincoat with you, have extra layers with you. Even if it's a bright sunny day, the weather can change in a blink of an eye, especially when you have higher elevations. You can get occluded fronts, you can get all these different crazy weather patterns that will drive through very quickly, bring up the wind, bring the rain, potentially hail, lots of lightning, lots of thunder, and being able to respond quickly and appropriately to these changing weather conditions is very important. So carry a rain jacket, carry an emergency shelter if you deem it so, if you have a lot of equipment. If you're backpacking, if you don't have a rain cover for your backpack, grab your poncho or your tarp and throw it over you and your pack. And if you're in an urban environment, there are things to be considered too. So Casper has a street flooding issue. The flood of 2009 was really intense. I mean, there were underpasses that were closed and certain streets that were completely impassable due to the rain. In fact, actually, where I'm about to go by right now, which is the Nicolasian Art Museum, in 2009, this street was completely flooded and impassable. So if you live in an urban environment, like I said, you got to be aware of those things. Don't drive under underpasses. Don't go towards the low-lying areas. Know what streets flood and become impassable. It doesn't take a lot of water to push your car around. In fact, I think it can be as little as 6 inches of water can push your car around if the water's moving quickly enough. This was seen this was really well illustrated in the Texas flooding earlier this year and last year. I mean, that's some crazy stuff. So if you have to drive through water, well, don't. Find a way around it. And you have to go through it. Do so at your own risk, and understand that you could very well potentially be putting your life in imminent danger. And water is a powerful, powerful force. So be careful of flooding. I lived in Houston during Hurricane Katrina, and that is truly impressive how much power water has. I mean, just swept away vehicles, swept away outbuildings. It was an intense time. So, and that was just Houston. That wasn't even I wasn't even in Louisiana for that. So, just a few things to be aware of. Make sure that you are prepared and dressed appropriately for whatever weather. And if you're out and about during a summer day and you have your around your vehicle, make sure you carry an extra layer in your vehicle. A light jacket will do. So just some thoughts, comments on that. And I'm going to enjoy the cool air, because it has been way too hot for way too long. So I'm sure subscribers in other parts of the country will probably be going like, you're complaining about 85 degrees? Yeah, I'm complaining about 85 and 90 degrees. So go ahead and blast me for that one. I probably deserve it. Well, thanks again for watching. And as always, stay safe, shoot straight, and don't forget to subscribe for more great videos.